All right, guys, this is Mobile Gamer Nerd, and we are back with another Raid Shadow Legends free-to-play mystery shard only run video. Today we're going to be discussing turn meter and turn meter dropping through the years. Now, it really is the years. So we're going to look at a couple heroes and see why they're good and how this turn meter thing is going to affect your game. Now, we're going to start at the bottom and work our way up to more advanced heroes, and then we'll show off a couple of them in some dungeons so you can kind of see what we're talking about here. Um, Mainly Fire Knight and Spider are going to be the ones we use, but this is good for almost any regular boss. It'll work. All right, so Armiger. He is basically the easiest hero to get that has turn meter drop. You can get him from summons, you can get him from the shop, you can get him anywhere. And fun part about him is the longer you wait to use him, the stronger he gets because he is based on max HP, his damage, his big hit. So yeah, when you start fighting higher end stuff, he starts doing more damage, which is weird. All right, so here you go. He's got an attack on one enemy that decreases the turn meter by 30% if the attack is critical. This is one of those things where he literally will just keep using his A1. That's it. He's just going to keep using his A1, and that's all you need. He can turn meter drop. If you can get his speed up insanely, yeah, he'll just nonstop turn meter drop. We don't even have his speed that high. He's only at, what, 170? It's like horrible. Yeah, 172. So if you can get his speed up to like 250, yeah, you're just going to constantly get turn meter drops, and it's going to be great. We haven't rebuilt him just because he's good at what he does for what I need him for. Eventually, we'll get his speed up again. But you know what? That's where he's at right now. And then we move forward. We go up the tree to Crimson Slayer. Crimson Slayer is another turn meter drop hero. The only thing is that it's on a really long cooldown. All right, you got 4 turns before she can actually drop turn meter by 50%, which is still good. All right, it's not bad. Essentially, she's a mid-tier turn meter dropper. And what that means is she's going to be the one that comes in and keeps the turn meter down long enough for your heavy turn meter dropper to come in and actually wipe the turn meter off. So she's basically the one that saves you from having to have the boss get a turn. The other good news about her is she does hit really hard. She has an AoE that does heal reduction, not super important, but also really good. It's something. It's like an extra little bonus. And then this skill is funny enough one of her best because she hits 3 times at random. So if there's only one boss, she's going to hit the boss 3 times. She also has a chance of putting minions to sleep. Really good for things like faction bosses and all that other stuff. Really, really good hero for those kinds of things. And then we keep moving up. See, we're going to keep going. And another really good turn meter dropper. We've got Acolyte. All right. He can fill his own turn meter. He can decrease the target's turn meter by 75%, and he can remove debuffs, which is nice. He is basically a side hero. You're going to use him whenever you just don't have another option because he doesn't do a lot of damage, but he does remove debuffs from your team. So he's good for things like Spider, where you can take all the poisons off of you and you can drop turn meter. So yeah, really good hero. Great for faction wars. Really, really good hero. Then we keep moving up the tree. And we've got Soul Bond. These are, and remember, these are mostly just my favorite ones. There are going to be other ones. These are the ones that I specifically use. Soul Bond has a great skill that removes all of the turn meter. All right, so 75% chance of depleting the target's turn meter fully. All right, and then when booked, it's 100%. So you just need the accuracy to hit it, and you are good to go. This is an insane skill. Literally great. And she also has a major hit that will ignore 75% of the target's defense. So yeah, she can do insane damage with that skill. You could put her in a ignore defense set and get it to 100%, and then you just have someone who just wipes people's defense. Attacks all enemies and has a 25% chance of inflicting a critical hit. This is really good for campaign farming. It's really, you don't even have to build her crit that high because she will always crit on it. And yeah, boom, you just keep going with that. But yeah, she's a great turn meter specialist. I used her nonstop in the first year. I still mess around with her once in a while. She doesn't come up very often anymore, but yeah, really good the first year. Literally was my #1 hero when you watched my video from Polarium. Now we keep moving up the tiers. Now there's a few other heroes that we could talk about, but we're not going to. Now I don't think Anointed has it. I'm pretty sure, right? Yeah, no, he's just a freezer. I just wanted to make sure he fills turn meter. All right, so let's go up the tiers here. We've got a few random heroes that are really good at dropping turn meter. One of them is Bloodfeather. We're moving into the epics. All right, so now she has this skill. She's basically a advanced version of Soul Bond. She just doesn't have an AoE. Now, she has a 30% decreased speed debuff, all right, and she can reduce the target's turn meter by 50%. So it's not going to be as good as Soul Bond, but The trade-off here is you have speed down and she hits like a truck. So yeah, you can conceivably do more damage with her. However, if you build your soul bond great, you probably won't even need blood feather. But speed down is a very good thing, especially for turn meter bosses. The speed down will make it so you can get more turns in beforehand, and you can keep that turn meter dropping. You also have, Haikatune. She has an AOE turn meter drop, but it's only 15%. So know that it's not going to be the thing that stops enemies from attacking, but it might be something that saves you and gets somebody else in there that can do the turn meter drop for you. And then you've got a nice little hit at the end. Now that we're moving up into the legendary heroes, um, her A1, Sil, can drop turn meter by 15%, and that's every time she attacks. So that's actually a really good thing. It's bad if you're fighting Bommel and you accidentally hit him, but you know what? Beggars can't be choosers, right? Now, with Sil, we have her in Relentless, so she can actually continuously get extra turns. I've seen her get upwards of 4 or 5 turns in a row. It was a real luck shot, but that means you can turn meter drop every single time and heal every single time that she does that, which is why Relentless is such a good set for Sil. But yeah, she's really good. You won't get her for 6 months, but she's still good. Another turn meter dropper that's really good. We've got Visix. Now, her skills are really good specifically because it's her A1 that does it. All right, and she hits 2 times. Each has an 80% chance of decreasing the target's turn meter by 15%. That means a 30% drop if they both hit. Yeah, awesome. She also has speed down and an ally protect and a provoke. So yeah, if you need someone to help protect you in turn meter drop, Visix will be another one that is really good for you. And then finally, the best one of all, the best turn meter dropper in the game as far as my team, not for, if you're summoning and getting other heroes, obviously there's other ones. But Yakarl is literally one of the best. All right. He can remove the turn meter 100%. All right. And then he steals it. So not only does he take it from the boss, but he keeps it and uses it to attack again. He also will do a turn meter drop on his A1, which is nice because we have his mastery set up where he does get turn meter drop on his first hit. So and he has freezes, so he can constantly freeze a team and then drop their turn meter. This is what is this? He also cannot be resisted by targets with 75% or more turn meter. So essentially, what you do is you use the main hit, steal turn meter if you want to get a big hit or kill something quick, and then you come in with the freeze. Most of the times, everybody will have a turn meter drop. I mean, their turn meter almost full because you just started the fight, and then boom, they get frozen, 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 frozen. So not only this guy can literally wipe out waves by himself because he is just going to keep everyone frozen and no one's going to get a turn. It's amazing. Awesome, awesome hero. So how does this work out practically for you guys? All right, well, let's look. So if we go into Arena, we'll start with Arena and work our way down. Let's do a refresh. Let's find a team that is, reasonable to fight. I don't want to get into some crazy fights. It's going to be tough right now because we are in 5. So it's really just a chance to the gods. Here we go. This is an annoying fight. Let's do this. So this is my regular Arena team. Okay, now as you can see, there's 2 of these heroes that we just talked about in my Arena team right now. All right. Why? Because they can drop turn meter and they hit hard. That's it. Single target damage dealers are so good in the arena because it stops you from getting those stupid fights where you're going to sit there waiting for somebody to heal 100 times. So you want really good single target damage dealers. Killing something is much better than not killing something. See, Stone Skin, we don't care about that. We're going to use this. All right, now, unfortunately for us, the Stone Skin is going to stop her from doing what she needs to do. So we're literally just going to use her regular attack and waste it. All right, and then we're going to freeze the entire team. He's going to get attacked. It's fine. And then we will use this skill just to get the Veil, and then we will attack everyone. There you go. He's dead, but he's frozen. You could try to remove Stone Skin. Sometimes it works. It did come down once. Now he's going to get 1 turn. And now we're okay. So now hopefully we can use this skill. This is the turn meter drop. All right, but it's going to do... Watch how much damage this probably does. She has lowered attack, though. So she did get her turn meter dropped. And now we're going to use Yakarl. There you go. He's frozen, so we don't have to worry about him anymore. We are going to use our 2-time attack on her because we can still kind of weaken her, which makes it better. And then she's still in Veil, so we can use this. Unfortunately, it didn't work. We're going to try and freeze her. All right, say we can freeze her with Yakarl, which is nice. Defense down. We actually still have to kill Mr. Boy here, unfortunately. There you go. His defense is down. We don't care. We're going to heal everyone back up, even though our speed is low. Now, we're going to kill this guy because we have to. Actually, we're going to keep going for her because he's frozen. I want to use the turn meter drop here sometimes. There you go. He's dead. We don't have to worry about that crap no more. Now we can try and freeze him. We're actually going to use this against her. And Arbiter has a turn meter drop on her A1, but it's mainly because of her masteries. So here we go. Max turn meter. All right, we're going to go up to him. Look at that. No more turn meter, and he's frozen and gets another turn. And then we can go up to her, smack her in the face, and she's dead. And now we have our next turn meter drop. Boom. Look at that. 18K, and it wasn't even a strong hit, which is nice. She's done. I've seen her hit over 100K. So, yeah. Now, remember, this is a tough fight. Like, this is a reasonably hard fight that a newer player probably wouldn't be able to beat. But because of turn meter and freezing and control, freezing control and turn meter drop are so good for arena. It's crazy because it just helps you to. We only got hit what? We didn't even get hit that much. I think it was like 2 or 3 times. I mean, look at this. They did what? 62,000. They did 120K damage to us. All right, we did about little over 200, something like that, 250. So they were only do half the damage to us because we were able to keep them manipulated and controlled. So that's how that works in arena. Let's get out of here. Now, dungeons. How does this work in dungeons? Well, we can go into here. We're going to go to stage 11 because it's nice and easy and simple. I don't want to get too crazy. But here you go. All these turn meter droppers. 1, 2, 3. Boom. We just go right in. Now, we're not going to auto this so I can explain it as we go. But you essentially have Zephyr that can be your tank. So it's kind of nice. We do have an attack up from Mrs. What's her name? Spirit Host. And then you've got Zephyr, so she can AoE and heal herself back up. But then you've got your turn meter dropper right here. All right, we're going to use this big hit and pop. No more turn meter. All right, that means the boss will no longer get a turn. All right, now Armiger has 2 hits. We're going to use his big hit because the turn meter was low. And we're going to kill all the babies so they don't attack us. There you go. And now we just go into the cycle. We just keep killing the boss until, and he's never going to get a turn. He doesn't need a turn. You know what I mean? We don't need him to have a turn ever. The baby spiders will be tanked, and that's fine. This is Soulbon's main hit. You're going to see it does pretty good damage, 85K plus the bonus, so about 100 right there. Smacking it up. Now we're going to come in with Armiger with his regular hit. There you go. Look at that. Turn meter's dropped. He hit twice. Now we're going to come in with her. This is what I was talking about, where you can use this as a mid-tier. So this is going to keep his turn meter down. All right. Boom. No turn meters. We don't want any turn meter. Basically, Zephyr's going to just take in all the hits. She's fine. We don't even need to worry about it. And then she'll kill spiders with the little extra spiders. Really good hero for tanking. And then you've got Soulbon, which can do, look at that. See what I mean? 25% chance to crit. We use Armiger again. No more turn meter. Who needs a boss to get turns, right? And then you've got Crimson coming in with her little sleep, which we didn't even need because it's fine. All right, so now we use those AoE, and now we've got one more hit, and it should be done. And oh, there we go. Boom, dead. Everyone's dead. See that? Nice and easy. Everybody is lemon squeezy, as they say. Crimson did some crazy damage there. Look at Zephyr. She's a tank, and she did 488,000 damage, and that's because she hits AoEs every single time. So yeah, you could be, and mine's not even built that crazy. Like she's built reasonably good. Like I've definitely upgraded her, but she's not even that great. All right, let's get out of here. Where else is turn meter fun? Well, turn meter is fun in the Fire Knight. We actually showed this. I actually have a video you can watch for stage 25 where you can literally just turn meter drop the boss the entire time. So now we're going to pull these guys out. This is a poison team that we can use. And we're going to do the same thing. We're going to bring basically these guys in. Green is going to be weak. So I don't know if we want to do that. Yeah, we'll do it. We'll bring in some of the other ones too. We'll bring in her. And we'll bring in my boy. Where is he? I never use him. Here we go. This guy. We'll bring them all in. All right. We've got some healing. We've got some shielding. And then, so we've got a full turn meter drop, 50% and a 75. That should be more than enough. Crimson Slayer is honestly the best option for this fight just because she's strong and she has a 3-hitter to get through. These two both have a 3-hit. So you can get through. She doesn't have a 3-hit. Actually, none of these guys do. So if you're trying to beat this, honestly, I might even consider removing one of these because now you have 4 turn meter droppers. I would bring in somebody who can hit 3 times. So I would probably take him out and bring in someone like maybe, I don't know, like Pig Boy. So now we have 3 turn meter droppers. Let's go in. And we have an AoE defense down, so it'll help you get through the waves a lot quicker. All right, so we speed everyone up. You don't want to waste your turns, just so you know, especially not in the waves unless you have to, unless you're having trouble. Basically, we're just going to use his crit up. Pig Boy to the rescue. And now we can come in and use an AoE with Soulbon. Look at that. And you know what? We just use her regular attack. Boom, it's fine. Oh, look, he actually missed. That's crazy. She's closer to getting a turn, so we'll kill her. We'll kill you. 1, 2, 3. And now Mr. Boy here. I forgot his name. Death Chanter. Orc Face. Stupid hero no one uses. Pick your name. I don't care. They're all the same. Um, so now, like here, if you were having trouble, you could do a turn meter drop. We're going to use the defense down just because we might as well to kill something. Look at that. Dead. Nice and dead. We'll kill you because you're annoying. Damage dealers first, unless you have somebody who's like really crazy. All right, we use her A1. We don't want to waste our turns for the boss, so we want to kill these things as quickly as possible. We'll take her down. It's fun using these rares. I like using rares more than I like using epics. There you go. Everyone's gonna get hit. See, like right there would be a good time to use a turn meter drop. Didn't really need it, just because I knew he was gonna die, and we're not gonna really take that much damage. But if you are getting hit, sure. So now this is where the turn meter becomes fun. So we have 3 hitters on all of our heroes. We don't want to speed up yet. We want to get that shield down first. That's 1. All right. Don't waste your turn meter drops. Just A1. Here we go. 3 hits. 1, 2, 3. And hopefully we can, there we go. All right, so now we have 1 turn left, which means if I do hit him with a turn meter drop, it will work through the shield. All right, so here we go. Let's go 1. Boom. Oh, it didn't work. I was like, oh, it didn't work. Here we go. So now we're going to use the turn meter drop on him. There you go. No turn meter, and it decreases his speed. She is really good for this fight. All right, just so you guys know. Now, we don't really need to worry about anything else. We're going to do defense down, and then we're going to speed our team up. So now he's down. He's sped down. We're sped up. And now we're going to remove his entire turn meter. There you go. No more turn meter. And funny enough, we technically could just probably auto it at this point, unless they don't use their skills. It might be weird, but we're going to auto it just so you guys can see that this is not, this is not a tough fight here. Boom, boom. Lots of straight damage, decreased turn meter. See? And now he just doesn't get a turn. And you can set this up where it works on auto. I'm just showing you how it works. And then bosses just don't get turns. All right. So now remember, this isn't going to work for every boss. All right. There's definitely bosses that are going to be immune to this, that it might actually hurt your team to have turn meter drop. But this works for like everything. Even in waves, you can control waves in Nightmare with this. If you go into campaign, and then we say we'll go into one of the higher ones. We'll go into here. We're in Nightmare right now. We actually just did the video on that. So we're going to go in and fight an annoying team. So how does turn meter work on this? Well, you're going to bring in your man right there. And this is where the higher end heroes are going to come into play with your turn meter drop. So now we can bring her in, and then we'll bring in, we'll bring in him. Why not? So now there's no healer technically outside of Syl. She does heal, and we'll see what happens. Let's just auto this. We're going to auto and see how these guys work. Say, now look, he stole the turn meter from that guy, even though he killed him in 1 hit. He is very strong. Speed down and then crush them, all right? And this is Nightmare. Like I said, this is the Nightmare area. There you go, decrease turn meter, so now they don't get a turn. Provokes are really good. Look at that, no turn meter, even though he's dead. This would work either way. Normally, if you just started in a Nightmare, you'll see that the turn meter will just drop and it'll give you the chance to, afford you the chance to actually attack again. But yeah, boom, control, freezing. Obviously, we're kicking their asses. I get it. We're strong. But that's how it uses a decreased turn meter. It's just he constantly goes because he's stealing. People don't understand that Yakarl is legitimately like one of the best heroes in the game. All right. We have to understand how turn meter works and how the cycles of enemies work for you to really understand turn meter. It took a while for me to get it, but the reason Yakarl is so good is because everything's based on turns. All right. You need to get more turns. That's it. If you get more turns, you can get more skills off. You can kill things quicker. You can get them, disabled, things like that. So having a Carl, not only does it steal the turn meter and give him a chance to get another turn, but what that's essentially doing is speeding up the turns that you're getting to your AoE, which then in turn will freeze the entire team, and then you go back to stealing turn meters from them one by one. You see what I mean? So not only is the turn meter making it so they get less turns, it's making it so that you get more turns and that you cycle through your skills quicker. So a lot of that is one of those things that, like I said, with the speed down on a boss and then speed up on your team is a drastic fix, like huge fix to make your team do much better. Same thing in Faction Wars. I don't know if I have, here, we'll go in here. We're not going to do 21 because that's annoying. But here we go. We've got one turn meter drop person here. I don't think I have another in this. Yeah, there's no more other ones. So we're just going to go in with this so you can see. We'll start this up. We'll bring Visix into the fray so that you can see her in action at least. Um, so basically what she's going to do is when we get to the boss, we don't even need to worry about anything else. Like we can just turn meter the crap out of them. Now the only downside here is we don't have someone who can remove those stupid things. Now the other thing here is we don't want her using her turn meter drop here. All right, well, let's just use this because if she does, she's going to stop them from attacking. This fight's annoying. All right, so she is going to stop. She's going to drop turn meter, unfortunately. There you go. We'll let one of them attack. All right. Cool beans. Give them a chance to actually get their turns off. All right, we got that. What we're going to do is we're going to try to attack the other one. Unfortunately, attack that one. I was going to say I don't want to use it. Do the speed down because we don't want her dropping turn meter because she literally will make it so that he doesn't get a turn. That's the only downside to turn meter. And you need to understand that whenever you are fighting things that have unkillable, make sure that you are fighting with somebody who can remove a buff as well. All right, there we go. Back to auto. You're going to see that we only really need her A1 to make these fights pretty reasonably easy. All right, so now we are going to kill these ads because we don't like them. I don't know if she revives, but it's not that important. Boop, poison everyone. What does this do? Poison sensitivity. Sure, why not? We'll get her poisoned up. And then we'll kill everyone. All right, so now we just use turn meter from Visix. Look at that. Half the turn meter just dropped off, which is kind of nice. We kill these ads. It gives you enough time to do a little bit more. See, like now, if I didn't do that, I wouldn't have been able to get my shield up, and then this boss would have attacked, and I'd have leeches on me. Now I don't have that problem. See? No more leeches, all right? But she does steal buffs, so that does suck. Like I said, anyone who can remove buffs is a good person. We like that. Sure, why not? We'll do that. And then we'll kill these ads finally. There you go. So now we can literally just focus on kicking the boss's ass. We don't have to worry about it. We can literally A1 with just the whole time with physics to keep the turn meter going. See, look, she's ready to go. We don't do that though. See, well, she got one turn. She missed one, unfortunately. My accuracy is not so hot. And this boss has crazy resistance, so there is that. So we're just going to auto the rest. But Visix is not going to auto use that. What you usually would do is probably just have her put her AI to just use turn meter drop because it's a much different fight. Look at that. Heals back up. Not a good thing. We don't like that. Even though I knew it was coming, it's fine. It doesn't make the fight harder. It just makes it longer. The only time that matters is when you don't have anyone, you don't have heroes that can heal themselves or that can shield. It's the only time it's bad. The other thing here is that you have a lot of buff stealing. Luckily, we have Smite. Say boom, boom, no more turn meter. Funny enough, it's actually going to make it harder on us with no turn meter because she's going to keep those buffs longer. Luckily, this team's a bunch of beasts. They don't really care what she has on. It's not going to help her. Dead demon. I don't even know what that is. Is that a magma monster? Oh, you feared us? That's sad. But I've actually had bosses like this where I was able to keep their turn meter down almost the entire time in a faction crypt. So if you have the right heroes for these things, it's going to help a lot. Visix is the only one on here with turn meter, which is why it was a little bit harder. If you have a second turn meter drop specialist, it will make this much easier. Having two is pretty much, that's basically enough to make a fight go smoothly. Three is like, yeah, you're not getting a turn. Like you're just not. And some heroes with two, you can do it without them getting turns. Like someone like your Carl and say like a Soul Bond, put those two together, and it's you're not. It's lights out. To be honest, I would say Visix or Armiger with your Carl would be a better team, mainly because your Carl's so fast at getting that turn meter drop back again that Visix is enough to handle the intern, and she'll just keep every single round turn meter drop, and then once it gets right to the edge, then your Carl will come in and whack him in the face. So yeah, I mean that's basically the turn meter explanation and kind of how that works. Your Carl is my favorite champion of last year and of this year and forever probably. We're gonna make him. I want to try and make him one of the most perfect killing machines ever. I do want to rebuild him again and kind of get him in some all 6-star gear and get him in the best stuff and awaken him and all that other stuff. I want to get him as strong as we can possibly get him, just so that we can eventually see what this monster is able to do. But yeah, if you guys have any questions, things you want to talk about, things you want to discuss, feel free to leave a comment. It's always good to hear from you guys. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe if you're new to the channel. And we do a live show every single week, and you can become a member for $1.99 a month if you're interested. Basically, you just get emojis and access to my videos as soon as I post them rather than waiting, and you get a free video every single week that has no commercials. All right, so this is a bunch of heroes that do turn meter and where they are good. This is Mobile Gamer Nerd, and you guys take care.